On this video, I'm going to show you how to solve two-step equations. This is a two-step equation because there are more than one number that we need to get rid of, that we need to cancel out. So let's take a look at this one. This is adding 5 or positive 5, so I need to do inverse operation of addition, which is subtraction. So it will be negative 5 here and also negative 5 in the other side of the equation. So now I'm ready to cancel it out. So I have negative 3x is equals to negative 3 because as they have different signs, I need to subtract them and keep the sign of the greatest absolute value, which is negative 5 in this case. Now I have negative 3 with a variable. As negative 3 is multiplying my variable, the inverse operation is division. So I will divide negative 3 here and also divide negative 3 in this other side. So I can cancel it out and I only have x, which is equals to negative 3 divided by negative 3 is positive 1. Remember that whenever you are either multiplying or dividing and they have the same sign, your answer must be positive. Pause the video and try to do this one by yourself. All right, as you can see, I have negative 7, or you're subtracting 7. The inverse operation of subtraction is addition. So I'm going to add 7 here and also in the other side of the equation. So now I'm ready to cancel these out. So I have 4y, which is equals to negative 8. Because as they have different signs, I need to subtract them and keep the sign of the greatest absolute value, which is 15 in this case, and 15 is negative. So my final answer will be negative 8. Now I need to cancel this 4, which is multiplying my variable. And the inverse operation of multiplication is division. So I need to do divided by 4 and divided by 4. Now I'm ready to cancel this out. So my answer will be y is equals to negative 2 because 8 divided by 4 is 2, and as they have different signs, my answer will be negative. So take a look at this example. I suggest that you cancel out the whole fraction at once by doing plus half here and also plus half here. Now I'm ready to cancel these out. As they have the same denominator, I do not have to find the least common denominator. So it will be x divided by 8 is equals to negative 6 out of 2. Because as they have different signs, I just need to subtract the numerator and keep the denominator the same, okay? You need to keep the sign of the greatest absolute value, which is this case, it is negative 7.5, all right? So before you continue, I suggest that you divide this because 6 divided by 2 is equals to negative 3. So you actually have x divided by 8, which is negative 3. After you do that, now you see that you still have 8, which is dividing. The inverse operation of division is multiplication. So you do times 8 here and times 8 in the other side. Now you're ready to cancel it out. So now I have x is equals to negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Because when you are either multiplying or dividing, they have different signs. Your answer, it is negative. I would like you to pause the video and try to do this one by yourself. Remember that you can cancel this entire fraction at once. All right, as this is addition, the inverse operation is subtraction. So I will subtract 2/3 here and also 2/3 in the other side of my equation. Now I'm ready to cancel it out. So it will be n out of 9 is equals to, as they have the same signs, I am ready to add and keep the same sign. So it will be 4, negative 4, out of 3 because the denominator needs to stay the same, okay? You do not add them. No, no, no. Now I see that 9 is dividing, so you do inverse operation, which is multiplying by 9 and multiplying by 9. Now you can cancel it out. So now you have n is equals to, put the invisible 1 under the 9. Now we have negative 4 times 9, which is negative 36, and we have 3 times 1, which is 3. You cannot leave it like this. You already know it. You need to change your improper fraction into a mixed number or maybe a whole number. Let's see. Denominator goes outside. The numerator goes inside your division bar. So 3 fits into 3 one time. And then I need to bring down the 6, and 3 fits into 6 times, 2 times. My answer is n is equals to negative 12, okay? Because you're dividing a negative number by a positive number. Sometimes you can combine like terms before you solve your two-step equation. Let's see what I mean by that. In this case, you can see that you can combine these two terms because they are like terms. So if they have different signs, you subtract them and you keep the sign of the greatest absolute value. In this case, it is 8. So it will be negative 5y, because a minus 3 is 5, is equals to 25. I still have one intruder here, so this intruder is multiplying my variable, so I will do inverse operation, which is division. That's why I'm doing divided by negative 5 here, and also divided by negative 5 in the other side. So it will be y is equals to 25 divided by negative 5 is equals to negative 5. So let's take a look at this example. In this case, I have these two like terms, but they have different denominators. So I need to find the least common denominator before I do any operation. So it will be times 2 here and also times 2 here. So I can have 1/4 W minus 2/4 W. All right, so I have negative 6 here. As they have different signs, I need to subtract their numerator and keep the sign of the greatest absolute value, which in this case is negative 2/4. So 2 minus 1 is actually 1, so it's negative 1, and denominator stays the same. Then you bring down the negative 6. In this case, you can use the reciprocal or not. I'm going to show you both ways. You can multiply by the reciprocal, in this case is negative 4, 1, okay? And also multiply here by the reciprocal, negative 4, 1. So now you can cancel these out and you have your variable alone. So you put invisible 1, and then you have negative 4 times negative 6, it is positive 24. 1 times 1 is 1, so you have 24 is equals to W. If you do not want to use the reciprocal at the end, let me show you the other method. So you have negative 6 is equals to negative 1/4 W. So I suggest that you cancel out each one of the numbers one by one. So 4 is dividing. I will multiply by 4 here and multiply by 4 in the other side. So you cross it out. So now I have only negative 1W. Positive 4 times negative 6, it is negative 24. But as negative 1 is multiplying W, you need to do inverse operation, which is division. So it will be divided by negative 1 and divided by negative 1. So now you can cancel it out. 24, negative 24 divided by negative 1, it is positive 24. So as you can see, I got the same answer just using a different method. I suggest that you stick with the method that you understand best.